Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Good to have you here. I'm glad to be here with you. Let me just get this started. Recording. Okay, here we go. Welcome, everyone, to Parenting Through the Coronavirus Pandemic. We are coming up on the end of 7 weeks here in New Jersey, and I can imagine that for some of you, patience might be in short supply. Patience is something that goes away when we are worn down and exhausted and stretched thin. And it can go down when we are in the marathon of a pandemic, of being under stay-at-home orders and having to stay home. And as I was thinking about today's presentation, I was thinking about how the answer to finding more patience is related to the answer to so many different parenting challenges. And that is self-care. Self-care is the path to finding more patience as a parent and just in life in general. If you're exhausted, you're not sleeping well, you're not eating properly, you're stressed to the max, how are you possibly going to be patient with your kids? And your kids might be having a hard time because their schedules are disrupted. They might be having difficulty with online schooling, or they might not like it. They miss their friends, they miss their sports and activities, they miss their routines, and it can be really, really challenging. So when they're missing all of that and they're feeling frustrated, they might be a little more quick to snap, a little more grouchy, a little more irritable, and maybe a little less patient. A little less patient with you, a little less patient with their siblings, a little less patient with their schoolwork. And when they're feeling snappy and irritable and you're already low on patience, it can be a recipe for disaster. So how do we turn this patience ship around? Well, we do so by self-care. First of all, it's important to get enough sleep, if at all possible. Can you go to sleep a little earlier or sleep a little bit later? Can you take a nap in the middle of the day? Can you do any things to find ways to sleep more? I know for me, when I am sleep deprived, the whole world looks a little bit darker. It just looks a little less appealing to me. I feel a little less tolerant, and everything makes me a little more irritated than I would or than I do when I'm better rested. Eating right, that can be a challenge at any time, but particularly during this quarantine when the stuff we're used to eating may not be readily available at the store. Or we're trying to spread out how often we go shopping so that we're not exposing ourselves in the grocery store more than we have to. But I would encourage you to do as well as you can, eating in a way that is healthy and supports and honors your body. I know I have been having a few too many junk food snacks. I think I'm still kind of thinking about this like vacation. You know, you get a little looser on vacation. So I know that I have to tighten up my snacking and choose better choices when I would like a snack. So eating is another way that we can care for ourselves, eating well. And then exercise. It is vitally important, and it has been crystal clear to me during this quarantine that exercise is the single most important factor, for me at least, to stay grounded, centered, peaceful, and patient. When I have daily exercise, I am more patient with the computer when I experience tech glitches. I'm more patient with my husband. I'm more patient with my kids. I'm more patient in general. So exercise is really a critical factor for me. And I don't know if you have experienced that, but even just going outside to take a walk is a great way to get some fresh air, hopefully get some vitamin D from the sun, move your body a little bit, connect with nature. All of these things will help you to find more patience during this quarantine. And then reducing stress. And what does that look like? Well, during this quarantine, I hope that you've been taking time to reevaluate all the different layers of your life, from business to personal to financial to free time, how you're spending your free time. And I hope that you're peeling back those layers and really evaluating what you want to keep in your life, what you want to remove from your life, and what you might want to add to your life. Taking some time to be quiet and still, taking some deep breaths, meditating, connecting to nature, all of these ways are ways that we can reduce stress at any time, but it's particularly beneficial during this quarantine. So I hope that you are looking at each of those areas. I call them the 4 pillars of health: sleep, nutrition, movement, and reducing stress. If you can hit all of those categories, you're going to find a well of patience that you didn't even know you had. So that's what I encourage you to do. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. So I hope you got some value out of it. And I'd love to hear how you are caring for you, because you can't pour from an empty cup. All right. That's it for today. I'll see you here same time tomorrow. Bye.